In the early 1600s, wooden ships carried more than just cargo. They carried ambition, greed, and the dreams of an empire. And among them, one company would rise to dominate the seas. A corporation so powerful it could wage war, sign treaties, and rule entire nations. This is the story of the Dutch East India Company, the VOC, world's first global megacorporation. It says the year 1602. The Dutch Republic, a small group of provinces fighting for independence from Spain's bursting with new energy. Merchants, shipbuilders, and explorers see opportunity across the seas. In the East Indies, the source of the world's most valuable goods, spices. Spices weren't just for flavor, they were luxury items, medicines, and even symbols of immense wealth and power. But getting them meant braving long, dangerous voyages around Africa and fighting off rival Portuguese and Spanish ships. To control this lucrative trade, the Dutch States General approved a radical idea: unite all the rival trading companies into one single state-backed corporation. They called it the Verenigde Oost-Indische Company, or VOC. And with that signature, the VOC was born. The VOC wasn't just another merchant guild. It was something entirely new, a corporation with unprecedented powers. It could build forts, maintain armies, mint its own coins, and even declare war in the name of the Dutch Republic. It sold shares to investors, making it the first publicly traded company in history. Ordinary citizens could now buy a piece of global trade, giving birth to the world's first stock market. The VOC used that money to build one of the most advanced fleets the world had ever seen. With hundreds of ships connecting Europe to Asia, from its Asian headquarters in Batavia modern day, Jakarta, the VOC established a vast network of trading posts stretching from Ceylon to Japan. It monopolized the trade of cloves, nutmeg, and pepper, and it enforced that monopoly ruthlessly. Local rulers were coerced into one-sided deals, alliances were bought and broken, and any resistance was brutally crushed. In 1621, the people of the Banda Islands, the only source of nutmeg in the world, refused to bow to VOC control. The company responded with overwhelming force, massacring or enslaving thousands. Their lands became VOC property, worked by enslaved people and indentured laborers. Behind the polished ledgers of Amsterdam lay the harsh reality of imperial violence. At its peak in the 17th century, the VOC employed over 30,000 people, operated nearly 200 ships, and controlled trade routes from Africa to Japan. It was the richest company the world had ever seen, worth, by some modern estimates, trillions of dollars. But with immense power came rampant corruption. Company governors in Asia lived like kings, smuggling bribery and private side deals, undercut official profits. Meanwhile, constant wars both against Asian kingdoms and rival European powers drained the company's coffers. By the 18th century, the VOC was a shadow of its former self. Fierce competition from the British East India Company, rising debts, and internal decay rotted it from within. In 1799, nearly 200 years after its founding, the Dutch government finally dissolved the company. Its vast possessions, islands, forts, and fleets were absorbed by the state. The Dutch colonial empire would live on, but the age of the VOC was over. The Dutch East India Company changed the world. It pioneered the stock market, the multinational corporation, and global capitalism innovations that still shape our lives today. But it also left behind a much darker legacy of exploitation, slavery, and colonial violence. The VOC proved that a company could rule the seas, but it also showed the profound dangers of pursuing profit without a conscience. 400 years later, its ships are gone, but its echoes remain in every corporation that spans the globe. Thank you for watching. If you found this story fascinating, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into history. We'll see you in the next one.